Hello, I'm a member of the Youth Cultural Club. I would like to introduce 남한산성 Fortress. 남한산성 Fortress was designated as Historic Site number 57 on January 21st, 1963. It was also listed as Korea's 11th UNESCO World Heritage Site on June 22, 2014. Along with Kansansong Fortress, it is one of the fortresses that protects Seoul, north and south. I will show you how to visit 남한산성 Fortress. 남한산성 Fortress spans Gwangju, Seongnam, and Hanam in Gyeonggi-do. It is good to use a car because it is located in a mountain, but if you use public transportation, you should get off at Sansong Station on subway line 8 and take bus number 52. Let's take a closer look at 남한산성 Fortress. 남한산성 Fortress was constructed in 1626 during the 4th year of King Injo's reign. 남한산성 Fortress is located 25 kilometers southeast of the center of Seoul. It is a mountainous area with an average altitude of more than 480 meters above sea level to maximize its defense. Its circumference reaches 12 kilometers and is large enough to have a city on the mountain, so it is the place where the dynasty and the people evacuated during the war. 남한산성 Fortress is well preserved with a total length of 12.4 kilometers. If you look closely at the fortress walls, the types of stones and the shapes of the fortresses are different. This is evidence that 남한산성 Fortress was not built in one era, but rather was gradually expanded based on the claims built during the unified Silla period. 남한산성 Fortress, unlike other fortresses, has villages, 종묘 shrine, and tajik. When there was a war or an emergency in the country, the king served it as a temporary capital of Joseon by setting up a place to move the ancestral shrine in 종묘. Let's take a look at 남한산성 Fortress history by time. The view that the capital of Baekje was 남한산성 Fortress was raised steadily from the early Joseon dynasty. Baekje designated the capital in the Han River basin and carried out several missions due to internal and external conditions. Silla built a fortress during the period when Silla unified the three kingdoms. The Tang dynasty, which helped Silla destroy Baekje and Goguryeo, betrayed the original promise and revealed its ambition to dominate the Korean peninsula. In response, Silla continued to wage war with the Tang dynasty in the Imjin River basin and the west coast area without backing down, while building Judangsong Fortress in Hansan to defend the Han River basin. Judangsong was the largest castle built by Silla at that time. Since for early Joseon dynasty, 남한산성 Fortress has already been discussed as an important strategic hub. 남한산성 Fortress was recognized as a place to protect the city from foreign invasions in the event of emergency during the Joseon dynasty, so the 5th military regime, Sulocheong, was stationed there. Let's learn about 남한산성 Fortress's 행궁. 남한산성 Fortress is designated as National Historic Site number 480. If the king leaves the palace in Seoul and goes out of the capital city, his temporary residence is called 행궁. 남한산성 행궁 was built in 1626 during the 4th year of King Injo's reign. In 1636, when the Manchu invasions of 14th year of King Injo's reign broke out, King Injo took refuge in 남한산성 Fortress and fought for 47 days. 남한산성 행궁 remained well until 1909, but was damaged by Japan in the Japanese colonial era. The excavation survey began in 1999, and the buildings were reconstructed one by one. The upper palace was first built in the second year of King Injo's reign. It is composed of 7 spaces in the front and 4 spaces in the side, with a total of 28 spaces. The 3 rooms in the middle are wooden floored, and the 2 rooms on the left and right are undo rooms and floor rooms. It is the most formal building in Haegung. The current upper palace was built in 2002. The lower palace was constructed in the 3rd year of King Injo's reign. It is composed of 7 spaces in the front and 4 spaces in the side, 28 spaces in total, which is the same as the upper palace. Its floor area is smaller than that of the upper palace, and it is built about 6 meters lower. The current lower palace was built in 2010. Hannam-ru is a pavilion of the outer triple gate of Haegung, which corresponds to the main gate of the fence outside Haegung. Hannam-ru means a pavilion south of the Han River and was restored in 2011. The Chosin-dang, which was located outside the fence in the north of the inner palace, was built in the 17th year of King Sunjo's reign as an office building. Chosin means you can win without standing up. The excavation survey confirmed that the foundation of the building remained well, and the restoration was completed to 6 spaces in the front and 3 spaces in the side. 일장각, used by Gwangjubu Yusu, was located in the Haegung Palace. The name 일장각 came from Ilchang Mountain, which is another name for Cheongyang Mountain. During the excavation survey, part of the building site was identified, and 일장각 was reconstructed in 2010. Cheongjeon is also called Taemyo in order to separate it from Yeongnyeongjeon. It is a memorial hall for the kings of the Joseon dynasty. It is a place where the spirit tablets of the king and queen are enshrined. Yeongnyeongjeon was a place where the ancestral tablets of kings and queens, which could not be kept in the Cheongjeon, were held 1 level lower than that of the Cheongjeon. Iwijong was constructed in 2010 in the back of Chosin-dang. This pavilion was built by Shim Sang-gyu to shoot arrows in the 17th year of King Sunjo's reign. The inscription was made by Shim Sang-gyu and written by Kim Jong-hee. So far, I have introduced Namhansansong Fortress. Namhansansong Fortress is a beautiful natural environment, a royal palace of the Joseon dynasty, and you can take a walk along the fortress, so I recommend you to visit it if you have time. Thank you for watching.